dudes, I'm Hyla, and today we have a very special episode of Hyla Cooking in collaboration with a whole bunch of other awesome YouTube cooks. We are doing an entire Thanksgiving menu, and my part is going to be roasted Brussels sprouts. I'm going to do a wasabi and honey roasted Brussels sprouts, but I'm just basically going to show you the technique to turning these often overlooked vegetables into delicious, tender morsels that you'll just want to pop into your mouth like popcorn, and give you some other ideas for seasonings in case you're kind of a wimp and you don't like wasabi. Just kidding. First, I've got about a pound of Brussels sprouts here, and this is probably the way you've seen them. They grow on this big stalk, and then the little sprouts pop off of them like little warts, kind of. That's gross. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, you'll usually find them already picked off the stick, or the whatever you call it, the stalk, and that's fine. If you find them on the stalk, that's fine too. They're going to cost a lot more, and I don't really think they're any better. But when you get them, regardless, you want to just trim off the little bottom part. They might be just a little bit brown, and this is really just for aesthetics. It's not totally necessary to do this. I like these little small ones because, I mean, isn't that the most adorable thing you've ever seen, guys? But we definitely do want to make sure that all the Brussels sprouts are approximately the same size so they cook at the same rate. So if you have any big ones like this, I'm just going to cut those in half lengthwise. You can see they're kind of like little miniature cabbages. I don't know if you can see that detail there. They've got all these little leaves layered, and they taste similar to cabbage. If you like cabbage, you'll like these. A lot of people think that they don't like Brussels sprouts. I think because maybe they've only had ones that have been frozen, and frozen Brussels sprouts really are probably one of the worst things in the world, in my opinion. They get mushy, and they just develop these like weird, like really super cabbagey flavors that just too strong. And so get fresh ones for sure. And I'm just gonna finish trimming these up and just cut the biggest ones in half. Once you've got your little things all trimmed, I'm gonna drizzle them with a little bit of oil, and anything that's like high heat stable. I'm using grapeseed oil, but a light olive oil would work too, and a little bit of salt, and then my wasabi powder, which if you don't wanna use this, that's fine. I like it because the wasabi and Brussels sprouts are both related to the mustard family, or they're both in the mustards. So they have a lot of similar flavors, but the wasabi's a little hot, you know, it's like horseradish kind of. So I think it really highlights the depth of the Brussels sprouts. If you don't want to do that, just salt and pepper is great. You could add some minced garlic would be good. Okay, once it's about coated, we're just gonna turn over here to our skillet. All right, once the skillet's good and hot, you wanna make sure you're using a cast iron or a steel pan or something, not a nonstick, because this is gonna get, you know, like 500 degrees or something. It's gonna get really super hot. So use something that can hold up to that. And also use something that's big enough that's gonna allow us to get the Brussels sprouts in a single layer. I might be pushing it here, but let's see what happens. Okay, it's a little tight, it'll work. Okay, now I'm just gonna put a lid on them and let it go for 5 minutes, and then we'll flip them over and check them. Okay, 5 minutes later, we're gonna give them a stir and put the lid back on it, and now turn it down to low, and we're just gonna kind of let them steam in there with their juicy juices for another 10 minutes until they're nice and tender. Okay, once your Brussels sprouts are tender, it could take 5 to 10 minutes depending on the size of your sprouts. These actually only took another 5 minutes. Just drizzle them with a little bit of honey, and I know these might look a little overdone to some. I'll leave that up to you. I like the little toasty charred bits on there, but it's totally okay if you want to not let them cook as long the first time and not have them quite as roasted. And then we're ready to put into our serving dish. So you can see, like, we were done with this in like 10 minutes, so it's a good one to do kind of at the last minute for your Thanksgiving meal, but they also actually taste pretty good at room temperature too, so if all your timing gets askew, you can totally just have these wait for you. So let's give them a little taste. Oh yeah, I want this tiny cute one. I want the cutest Brussels sprout ever. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And the honey just kind of glosses them up a little bit, adds a little bit of sweetness. So you have like the sweet and the hot and a little bit of bitterness from the charring. So it's a good balance. Love a good Brussels sprout. Well, there you go. Like I said, you can do this recipe myriad of ways. Parmesan cheese goes really well if you wanted to put some on at the end. Lemon is really nice. Maybe a little bit of balsamic vinegar with the honey at the end. Skip the wasabi, and that would be super delicious. You could always add up garlic or caramelized onions, or even chestnuts would be really nice. So I hope you try this or some variation of this, and check out the other recipes. I'll put a link, I'll put the description in the description box. I'll put all the other recipes that we put together. So enjoy, have a great Thanksgiving. If you have any questions about this recipe, leave them in the comments below, and I'll get to them on my vlog channel at Hyla Talking. So also check out Hyla Talking, and I'll answer all your recipe questions over there on my Saturday vlog. So thanks for watching and enjoy. Bye-bye.